Number one of the greatest single half.
What Caitlin Clark just did in her first game back from injury went far beyond a solid performance. She left the entire basketball world and even her opponents on the court in absolute awe, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. After a 5-game absence that left the Fever struggling and the WNBA in absolute shambles, Caitlin gave us a performance for the ages that left no doubt about who's in charge of the WNBA. In fact, there was a 38-second sequence of Caitlin Clark magic that showed exactly why. She is the one. It had everything: range, swagger, and most importantly, an understanding of the moment. With the spotlight on her, with the league on the ropes, she delivered the goods only the way she can. Even Liberty players and their coach couldn't hide their reactions. In a world of sound bites and snapshots, this may have been the most important game, and more specifically, 38 seconds in WNBA history. And you can tell not only by her opponent's reaction, but from the haters, absolutely. Grasping at straws to tear her down. They're getting more desperate by the day. Let's get into everything that happened. But first, like this video if you're hyped to see her return and drop a W in the comments if you watch the game like I did. Okay, let's quickly set the stage, because this wasn't just any ordinary game. As we all know, Caitlin Clark missed 5 games with an injury. And during that stretch, the WNBA got a rude and instant reality check about what life without Caitlin looks like. The Fever went 2-3 without her, including a humbling loss to the Connecticut Sun. But what was worse was how they were losing. The run and gun team that everyone fell in love with, the one fans expected to see, was suddenly playing slower than the DMV on a Tuesday morning. And here's the truth. If the Fever aren't playing fun, fast Caitlin Clark basketball, it's not just Indiana that suffers. The entire league takes the hit. And man, did they ever feel it? Things imploded faster than an amateur submarine, dropping over 50% league-wide during Caitlin Clark's absence. And to make matters worse, the vacuum left behind wasn't filled with highlight reels. It was filled with compilations of Angel Reese missing layups and Dijon Carrington trying to fill the chaos void left by Kennedy Carter. Meanwhile, the casual fans, the ones the league desperately needs to grow, were tuning out. Because without Caitlin, the energy, the excitement, and the product just wasn't there. And it's not as if the casual fans had been treated well to begin with. It was the ultimate find-out moment for a league that had just dragged Indiana fans through a 10-day hate speech investigation based on unsubstantiated rumors, while at the same time ignoring obvious vitriol toward Fever players. And this, of course, came after months of media and players trashing those same fans, accusing them of not being real basketball fans. The new fans are life out of the WNBA right now. So when it was finally announced that Caitlin Clark was cleared to play, you could almost hear the collective sigh of relief from the Fever and the league. And the timing and stage couldn't have been better scripted. The last time we saw Caitlin Clark on the court, she was getting fouled on a game-tying attempt with no call as the clock expired, handing the Liberty a 90-88 win. That game hit a record peak viewership of 3.3 million, which, as we all saw, plummeted the moment Caitlin was ruled out. So now, she was returning against that same undefeated Liberty team with the Fever struggling in her absence. And everyone had the same 2 questions. How would she look? And just how much could she elevate this team the moment she stepped back on the court? And man, we were in for a show. Despite Caitlin scoring and making some great passes, the Fever were down big early. But then Caitlin turned the game on its head. In what might go down as the most impactful 38 seconds in WNBA history to this date, she completely flipped the script. She stepped up and drilled 3 deep 3-pointers in a row, each one more confident and more electric than the last. It completely transformed the game, flipped the momentum, and set the tone for everything that was about to follow. It wasn't just a scoring run, it was a statement, and it sent the sports world into a frenzy. It was yet another iconic moment for Caitlin Clark, right up there with that long bomb 3 from the Brazil game that had everyone talking. She has a knack for rising to the occasion, not just performing under pressure, but doing it with flair. She doesn't just deliver on the court. She gives the fans exactly what they came to see.